because that's the deal, and I have it
Hey
open.
everybody, welcome. This is Burning Assassination Session 9. I know it says 10, I'm a jackass. But we are here, and it should be a good session.
Let's hope so, because as usual, I got none.
No, it's okay though. Keeps us dynamic.
Yeah.
So let's see, what did we do last session? Last session, I killed somebody, because that's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right-hand man,
Baron, the head of the ship captain. But
yeah,
before you
I
did
locked
that,
myself in a room with him.
before you did that, you went out looking for a pit fight, and you found an illegal pit fight, and you got embroiled in that, and you beat up the guy and won a ton of money.
I went into a pit fight with the unarmed. All right, hurry up, sweetie. Yeah, I decided to play up my disturbingly confident trait and going without weapons. And I failed my role to realize that this was going to be a deadly fight. But I still came out on the top anyway. So yeah, that was a good session. I actually had a buddy of mine watch that. That was the first session he watched it. He was freaking out. He was like poking me on TeamSpeak and sending me messages the whole time.
Excellent. That's great.
Yeah, that was a fun little session. Hold on one. What's up, buddy? I love you too. Find something to do. Only downside to playing early if the kids are still awake.
Yeah.
And running around. But yeah, so we did that. I made some money that I put in to getting more reputation as the ghost.
Correct, and you were pursued by thugs sent by Golo the Lesser because you identified yourself as the ghost in the fight. So he sent a couple of guys after you, and you managed to lead them into an ambush of your own.
Yes,
and got them all killed.
Wonderful use of the spycraft wise skill.
That's right.
I impressed myself.
That's right. Yeah, it was a very imaginative use of that. Yeah. It was a leveraged like use. I haven't played the game, but I've read about it, and that's kind of what that game does. You set up stuff. When you roll it, you're actually rolling stuff that you prepared beforehand. So it's kind of like a retcon. Exactly the same thing we did with the ambush.
Yep.
So in any case,
that worked out really well.
Yeah. So you killed those guys, and then you went to see Baron, locked yourself in his cabin after infiltrating the ship. Tried to trick him. He didn't quite fall for it, but you had yourself a nice fight, and you got kind of hurt.
Yeah, took a midi wound, dove out the window, slammed the door. Luckily, I passed the health check for this one.
Yeah.
So I do get my other D back in 2 weeks, which we are going to be time jumping a little bit.
Correct. And you
racking up some falsehood practice.
The last bit you did was talk to the second in command of the ship captains, a man named Raven.
Yep.
And you got him on your side now, so he is actually backing you for when you make a bid. To control the slaver organization that presently belongs to Relgar. And that's pretty much where we're at.
Yep, left off. So, beliefs, first two, same as always, but I'll read them off for anybody new that's just coming in. In my attempts to infiltrate the conspirators, I've been asked to remove Relgar the Slaver by Isham, who wishes to gain his status back with the Council. I shall do this not only to continue to build rapport with Isham, but also so that I can take over the slave trade for myself. In this, I will be able to whisk away these slaves to the lands of King Solgarb, where they will be safe, establishing an underground railroad of sorts while building my own credibility. Number two is the one that gets me in lots and lots of trouble. Innocent life is the most valuable thing in the world. I must protect it at all costs. And my belief for this session is the time has come to rid the world of Relgar. I will capture him, interrogate him, and ship him off to the king. So, this should be fun. And
let's hope so.
My art account is 4 Fate and 3 Persona. However, now that I'm looking at it, I think my perception is gonna ding here really soon. Let's take a look at that right quick.
Yep.
Do you think at this point I'd have these pages memorized? Here we go. First stats. For a B5. Oh, no, you know what? It did ding. And I just
Oh,
don't have it upped. 3 difficult and challenging.
excellent.
So
Excellent.
perception goes up to a B6. Which I do feel is very appropriate for a spy. He should be perceptive.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, if your perception went up, let's check the rest of your scores. Hang on. Where's Donlan? There he is. Hang on, hang on.
I think the only
So
thing
we're
it would
talking
really mess with would be my
reflexes.
reflexes. Because
And
reflexes is an
yes, it
hour
does.
of speed, power, speed, perception, and agility, right?
Correct. So now it goes to reflexes B5,
Does
which
it?
means that in combat, yes, it does, because it's the average of all three.
Oh, it
And
does.
the
That's
average of all
nice.
three is now 15, so the average is 5. So that is precisely what you needed to do.
Nice.
So you're now a combat monkey.
Mm-hmm.
That should
Not
come
them
in real
extra
handy.
actions. It should.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I like
excellent.
it. I like it a lot. I'm glad we decided to look at that.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell because man, my characters I usually go for that fifth action.
Yeah, that I'm sure that's going to come in really handy. I've had a lot of close full fights, and I feel like this
Hmm.
will help widen that gap a little bit. So,
Yep.
why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm going to spend those 2 weeks on the mend,
Hmm.
coming up with aliases, quick little lies to store in my brain. Might go to the bar a couple of nights and just tell incredible stories just to see who I can get to believe what, and practice up my falsehoods.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
So
All
that
right.
should work.
So at about your 2 weeks, uh, a ship pulls into port, and I suppose you got some contacts that inform you that this ship is under the banner of Lease, which you know is the country of Griff, that Griff belongs to.
Hmm.
So I'm also guessing that you must have, set up some sort of password, and the name of the ship serves to remind you. Let's call it uh, the Second Chance.
Very,
Second
very appropriate
Chance.
since Griff got lost at sea during the last time we saw him.
And you did bust him out of prison, so
Yeah.
this is his second chance. And let's say you just came up with this before he left. So as soon as you hear second chance is in port, you know Griff is back.
Yep. So
All
I
right.
will casually make my way
Mm-hmm.
down to see Griff.
Yep.
I don't know why I have
And
2 core daggers in my inventory still. Those need to get gone.
oh, hey, you never know.
There
You
we
might
go.
need to throw something, or
Yeah, we'll keep one.
yeah, or leave it stuck in some body to
Yeah,
send a message, or
yeah. Who knows? But we
you,
don't need 2 of them.
yeah,
That'll just weigh us down.
you
Not
can
that
never
weight
have
really
too
comes
many
much into
daggers.
factor in Burning Wheel, but still.
Yeah. One
So
can never
yeah,
have too many knives. Yeah.
I'm gonna lazily make my way down.
Hmm.
Ghost mask on, which, by the way, the 3rd reputation die kicks in over the course of this 2 weeks.
That is correct. That is
So
correct.
now I have my full national reputation as the ghost.
What's the mask like? I know it's a leather mask, but
Yeah, it's
any.
just kind of like, I don't know. Think of like old school cowboys tying bandanas around their face. Like you can still
Hmm.
see my eyes,
Hmm.
but yeah, it just
Is it
serves to cover like the bottom half of my face.
A particular color to the
Black.
black. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a black mask. You can still see the scar that I got recently,
Yeah.
so that'll be like a defining feature of the ghost,
All
which will
right.
help quite a bit. But yeah, I proceed to the docks, mask up, slowly sauntering because I'm the ghost, and who's really gonna fuck with me?
That's interesting. All
I mean,
right.
aside from Golo the Lesser.
That's somebody who can mess with you. So
Yeah, and he's tried and failed and tried and failed.
yeah.
I'm not too worried about him.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, unless anything happens, like I'm at the docks.
Yeah, let's see. Let's roll those
the
three
three.
reputation dice and see what happens. You know. Roll it. You roll it.
Nada.
Nothing. Okay, I'll let you go.
The only time you don't want reputation dice to come up positive.
Yeah,
Great.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll those reputation dice, and I'm gonna do something special with how many successes you get. So.
Okay. So, yeah, I make it down. I see the second chance, and I'm just
Uh-huh.
gonna walk on board. I'm not gonna say shit to anybody,
All right.
and if anybody tries to
Sort of
stop me,
like
I'm just gonna pretend like they don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just walk
All right.
on board. I'm sure it shouldn't be too hard to find Griff's captain's office area.
Yeah. It isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna open the door provided it's not locked.
yeah, it isn't.
Okay, I'm gonna close it behind me and look around.
All right. So all right. So oh, what the hell? As soon as you close the door, you hear the click of a flintlock pistol, like being cocked,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a gruff voice that you recognize at Griff's saying, "You made a real bad mistake, Mister."
Do I notice anybody else in the room?
No, but he's by the side of the door.
Yeah.
You know, you managed to. He was walking around the cabin
Yep.
when you walked in, so
Perfect.
he's in a position to
So,
ambush you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, and I'm gonna disguise my voice a little bit. And be like, no,
Uh-huh.
mister, you made the mistake. I'd be like, no, I'm just fucking with
All
you.
right.
Me.
So you pull it down, all right.
Yep.
And he goes, oh. So he raises, the pistol and
Yep. A little jumpy there.
releases the. One never knows. One never knows. Strange city.
One never knows. And you know what? I would like to invoke my instinct to profile everybody and take a roll on Griff.
All right.
Because, you gotta know your
right.
friends as well.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to know about him?
Oh, let's see here. I would like to. I'd like to see an instinct. Would be
All
op
right.
6, which I can now possibly get, which is nice. Or wait, hold on. Yeah, op 6. So yeah, I want to roll and see how his instincts are, especially considering he just put a pistol to my head.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's not worth the fate point to me.
No. It really isn't.
I've got a big session ahead of me. I think I should reserve those for when I need them.
Yeah.
So apparently, Chris has just worked on his poker face while he was away.
Yeah, or you feel, all you could read is what you saw. Maybe he's a little jumpy. That's about all you get. Nothing too specific. So,
well, it is good to see you, old friend.
Yes, it is. I managed to deliver your message, as you can see. And, all our mutual friend, um, with the uh, shall we say unusual, not unusual, but embarrassing disease, has managed to provide us with the funds for this ship, and he agrees fully with your plan and has even sent some money to help you along.
Perfect.
So let me just roll a die of fate
Yep.
here and see how much money.
And how went your journey? Any
6 cash
unexpected
die.
complications? Nice.
Good. Nice. He said, actually, no. We were ready for any possible, inconveniences at sea, pirates, or anything like that. But we managed to arrive safely. Uh, I have the money for you. Some funds have been provided, and I have a coffer of gold here in my hold for you.
Perfect.
As I said, our friend is making arrangements, and I'm just here at your disposal.
Well,
So you tell me what's next.
next is the time has come to take the slave ring over for myself. I've been making moves, as you can see in your absence, and
Yes.
the stage is set. I have the rest of the ship captains that he employs on my side, none the wiser to my true identity. I've built quite the reputation as the ghost. I felt it was
Mm-hmm.
pertinent to come up with an alter ego after I walked
Mm-hmm.
into the embassy, and they immediately recognized who I was.
Yes.
So, the plan is, we're going to kidnap Rogar, and you're taking him back with the first shipment of slaves. I expect it to be about a week from now. So, first off, I
Excellent.
need you to prepare your brig
All right.
and make sure the men that have access to the brig are to be trusted.
Yes.
Secondly, I'm
Okay.
not quite sure. What's up?
Little timeout. At some point, would you be interested in running Griff for a bit again, or?
Yeah, we could possibly do that next session. I feel like this one's gonna take up a lot,
Oh
knocking out
yeah,
Rogar.
yeah.
But I feel like
I'm just.
that'd be a nice little transition between the story arcs, moving from Rogar to Golo the Lesser, is to
All right.
run Griff
All right.
going back up to see the king. That'd be cool.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
But yeah, so
All right. So
you gotta.
that's something to keep in mind for the
Yep.
future. Yeah.
No. So
All right.
right now, I just need you to prepare your brig, restrict access to only those that you trust, and then yeah, prepare your guys to ship out. I expect it'll be about a week before not only we get Rogar taken out, but the first shipment of slaves. And I don't want to send you up there with just Rogar to look suspicious. We're going to
Excellent.
disguise him as a slave after we kidnap him, and he's going to leave port with you in the hall, and you'll deliver, him along with the slave straight to the king. Just make sure the king
Okay.
knows who's who. In the meantime,
Uh-huh.
while you do that, I am going to do some recon and formulate a plan for how we're actually going to kidnap him, because he likes to have his guards with him quite often. So I
All
have to
right.
come up with some way to separate them. But I have
All right.
contacts for that. As long as you're ready on your end, I'll be here, and it'll be most likely under the cover of nightfall tonight. If not tonight, it will be tomorrow for sure. It just depends on what happens.
All right. Whatever you do, I should be ready to sail by morning tide. Maybe give me 2 days
Well,
to. Well, he doesn't really need that
well,
much.
we're gonna have Rogar in your hold by tonight or tomorrow night, but we're gonna need till week's end before we get the shipment of slaves ready. I don't want to send you
Oh,
with an empty
all right.
hold.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
once you get
I
your boat
see.
ready, you can give your guys shore leave so they can blow off some steam, and we're just gonna hold Relgar on your ship
I see.
until it's time to
All
pull
right.
out.
All right.
And I've got 10 shiny bags of money that I will
That's
be able
nice.
to use. Yeah. You know, I've had so much cash die pass through my hands, and I've only logged one resource test.
Everything else just goes into
Yeah,
other
because I
stuff.
never like
Yeah.
spend it on rolls. I'm just like, here, do this, take my money, use it to like sweeten
Yeah.
the pot or whatnot, greasing palms and shit. Like my
Yeah.
resources should
It's
be
advanced
outrageous right
dice
now.
basically. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And it kind of is. I mean, it's influence and stuff that you're using left and right. It just seems more convenient to do it this way.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
let
Like one
let's
day
say
one day I'm gonna regret it though. I'm gonna have like a really critical resources roll, and I'm gonna
yeah,
be rolling 3 dice.
and you're gonna be tapped out. Yeah. Let's say that Griff has a crew mostly of Lycinian sailors, but he's got a couple of guys who are agents of the king to back you up. Is that okay, or is not something that you'd want to?
Um. Well, no, I suppose it's okay. Note that I'm a little ticked off with the king. Like nobody should blow
No,
my cover but
actually,
me. But
no.
king's
Okay,
prerogative.
so actually, no. So no, let's not because your instructions were just to send Griff. So let's have just Griff.
Yeah.
No, and the Lycinians are kind of like mercenary crew he picked up. So
I mean, I'd be cool with like rolling a die of fate, and if it comes up a one, having like one agent there to back up, but that Donlin doesn't realize is an agent, like he's not informed of this. Neither
hmm
is Griff. It's just a Lycinian agent that the king, like, through his infinite wisdom, after I first proposed that we should start spying, he
yeah.
went out and started recruiting.
Well, let's leave it like an open possibility because if you don't
Okay.
know, we'll that's something we can play with if it becomes relevant at some point.
That'd be a really good use of the spycraft wise. Like I could roll spycraft wise to be like, wait a second, I know those
There
movements.
is a
He's
couple
he's
of
been trained. He's been trained by the king. He must be an ally. And then if I fail it, he's not a spy for our king. He's a spy for somebody else. Maybe
yeah.
Golo the Lesser or the council or whoever. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll we'll,
That
we'll
sounds
we'll
good.
keep that. We'll keep that in the back pocket for now.
Back burner. Yeah.
So in that case, I am off to see Isham.
All right. So
And I don't want the ghost to be associated with Isham, so the mask is being stowed. I will be
okay.
visiting him as Domlin Trine.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm going to walk in my normal bold manner. I don't need to wait on anybody. Isham's my dude. He thinks I work for him, but really he works for me. He just doesn't realize
Yeah.
it yet.
All right.
Let's walk in. Isham, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Uh, how's your wound coming along? It's your leg, right?
Yeah, I'm healed.
That's
Full
good
range of
to
motion.
hear. That's
It
good to
wasn't bad.
hear.
Just some stitches. But, the time has come, my friend. Within the next 48 hours, Rogar will be gone.
That's good. That's good because Golo the Lesser has put out a bounty on the ghost's head.
Now,
So.
let him.
Oh no! Wait. The ghost. He doesn't know you're the ghost.
No, he
That's right.
does, because he's the one that started the reputation for me, because
Oh,
I gave him all
that's
the
right.
cash die. He
That's right.
does
So
know I'm the ghost. I just don't want him to be associated with the ghost.
that's
I
right.
want to
That's
keep
right.
that affiliation secret.
Yeah. Relgar is the one who doesn't know, or does he?
Yeah. Relgar does not know. The only
Exactly.
two, well, there's two people now that know, and that's Isham and Griff.
Yeah.
Those are the
Excellent.
two that know my identity as the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
So,
fine. We'll get to Golo later. It's good that he's got a bounty on my head. It means he's scared. That'll
yeah.
keep him off balance when we move in on him. But the pertinent matter is Rogar. Now, Rogar is a pretty prominent figure here in town.
Mm-hmm.
His murder comes up, and they find a body. They're going to investigate. Be it Goal of the Lesser,
Yes.
the police, whoever. Somebody's going to look into it. So to that end, I'm going to need some more of that sweet, sweet paralytic poison.
All right.
I have
Uh,
we'll call him a friend on a ship who has a working brig. I'm going to kidnap him, store him in the brig, and we're going to take him out to sea to do the deed. And then Rogar just disappears. And if all goes well, I will plant some evidence that suggests that he decided to take an indefinite vacation.
all right. All right.
But in order for that to
Okay.
work, I will need that
Let me.
paralytic.
All right. So this paralytic is starting to come in, more and more frequently. So we are probably going to have to need a mechanism to come up with it. Maybe resources.
A resource?
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to establish, because it's relatively rare and it's difficult to make. Because
Yeah.
it basically ends the fight in a light
It
beam.
does.
So,
It does.
so it's a pretty good thing.
Which,
Um,
if everything goes to plan,
yeah.
you shouldn't have a full fight with Rogar.
No, I'm
There
just
might
saying.
be a full fight getting to him,
Yeah.
but once we get there, I feel like by the time we get to that point, it's going to be a just say yes moment.
Okay. Okay.
But
That's
that
good.
could very well change throughout the course of play. But I hear what you say, what you're saying. Go ahead and set me an up. I'll roll some resources.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is, it might force you to alter your plans, and that's
Yeah,
kind of interesting if you
yeah,
fail. So
yeah.
I
So this
feel
will
I
be
feel
a
there's no.
he, he
Yeah.
can get it or he can't get it. And
Yeah.
while that's not a dead end per se. It just means I've got to come up with a different way. I'm down
Correct.
for it.
So
So
we
what's
can
that?
call it like scarcity, of the thing. So let's take a look at those resources obs, just to take like just to get a feel for it. Hang on. Uh, resources. Mm,
Poison is an OB4 resources test.
is it? Yeah, I found
Yep, page
poisons at some
375.
point during the book, and I forgot where it is.
Yep, page
375.
375, right under the currency heading. There's a table. It
Oh.
is during character burning. It's worth 6 RPS. It's an
Uh-huh.
OB4 test. It's 7 months worth of labor wages, 1 to 3
Yeah.
of nights. And
Yeah, but
I
this is
would be
the.
open to upping it to like an OB5 since it's a rarer poison and not just your
Yeah.
run of the mill stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call it an OB7
Okay.
because it's extremely rare to find. I mean, not everybody carries it.
Mhm.
Uh, but you're getting 2 helping dice from from Isham because Isham is a supplier.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So
So that puts me at a base of 5.
yeah.
But I do have lots and lots of cash die.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
that
gonna
base
go ahead
of
and
five is
throw
your. Yeah.
half my cash die into this.
All
We're
right.
gonna put another
All
5
right.
into it, and that will give me a chance to get it.
Okay,
But
let's see. If if you meet the obstacle, you get 1 dose. If you exceed it, I'll give you 2 doses. And if you fail, you don't get it. It's not going to
yeah,
be ready in time. The rare flour from which it's brewed is harder to find these days. Maybe it didn't climate change or something affected the yield of the
okay,
flowers and the
you know,
ingredient that they need.
sounds good. Let's
So,
see what happens.
yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got 2 6s. So we're going to spend
All
that fate.
right.
Oh, did not get it.
Oh, so
But
close.
that's okay,
Yeah.
because that still logs me a,
Oh, wait,
I don't
no.
know
With
what.
resources, I think you have to succeed.
Oh, resources do
Yeah.
have to succeed, so it logs me nothing. But it does put a fate point into it, so I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. So this forces you to change your plans to a degree.
It does. It just means we've got to come up with another way to kidnap him.
Yeah.
Might have to be. Oh, work mouse. Okay,
Let's
so
see.
let's see here. I'm thinking maybe luring him to the bar and just getting him shithoused until he passes
Okay.
out drunk. But I've got to come up
All
with a
right.
reason for him to go to the bar. What would be
Yeah.
worth celebrating to him that he would go to the bar? Well, you know what? Let me pull up my dossier on him. What do we know about
Yeah.
Rogar? He's
I
fat,
don't think you
receding
have
hair,
much on
smells
him.
of fine perfume. The key to my success is my fleet of ship captains. I will make sure to come. Oh, I got it. I got it. He just lost his admiral, essentially, right?
Yeah.
To fill that
Uh huh.
void quickly, or his operation goes to shit. I just
Yeah.
happen to know of an experienced captain that's on my side.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to set up a meeting at the bar between him, myself, and Griff.
That is fantastic. All right.
Yes! I knew that dossier
Yeah.
was going to come in handy.
Yes, it has.
So,
Yes, it has. That's fantastic.
I
All
tell him
right.
it's sad that you're not able to procure any more of that wonderful, wonderful poison for me. But I have another idea in mind. Just keep your head low, and the slave ring will be ours. Well, mine. You're just going to get a cut. We've already discussed
Excellent.
that. And then
Yes.
we will move on to Golo the Lesser. But time is short. I need to be going.
Yeah.
And I turn and
God's
leave,
go,
and
God's go with you, he says.
you know, and I beeline for the second chance.
All right.
And I just walk right up. No ghost mask this time, because now that I'm thinking about it, I got Golo the Lesser on my ass. I don't want him to know that the ghost is affiliated with the second chance.
That's right.
Thankfully, nobody recognized me as the ghost last time.
Nope.
We're not gonna do that again. So I just walk up. I tell the first person I see to go find your captain immediately.
All right. So yeah, I mean, he shows up, and he's coming out of the cabin. He sees you come in, and he goes, "Let him pass. Let him pass. He's a friend of mine."
So,
So
buddy, here's the plan. The original plan went to shit. I know you didn't know the original plan, so it doesn't matter. Rogar is currently in the market for a new ship captain to lead his fleet. I know this because I killed his previous admiral. I need you to interview for the job. We are going to have
all
him meet
right,
us at a very rowdy bar. You're going
all
to
right,
refuse to interview unless you're drinking together the entire time. I will
all
then
right,
have some ladies of the night approach the table. Take you guys both to separate rooms.
all right.
From there, you will make your way back to your ship and await me and Rogar.
All right.
And
That
hopefully,
sounds good.
and yeah, the plan here is I'm gonna use my last 5 cash die to pay off the hookers.
Okay.
And they're going to target everybody but me. They're going to get Griff in another room, Rogar in another room, and Rogar's bodyguard in another room. The bodyguard's going to get 2, just so I can make sure that he goes.
Okay. All right.
And that'll get them separated. Rogar will be shithoused, so he'll be easy to subdue. And then it's just a matter of transporting him back to the ship in the dead of night. So that's my intent.
Okay.
If we want to do a link test, maybe a resources to start out with for. Well, first off, I suppose it'll be resources to get the hookers in place, right?
Okay.
Falsehood.
Yeah.
To get him to come meet my ship captain to interview for the job.
Yeah.
After that,
And
I
then
suppose
it's drinking test. There has to be a drinking test here. Yeah.
Or it can be
his
drinking test versus my. Oh, what do I want to do here? I suppose untrained sleight of hand could work with to pretend to drink. I hate doing untrained like that though.
Hang on, let's break it down again. What's the first test again?
First test is going to be resources for the prostitutes.
All right, resources.
Second test is a falsehood to convince him to meet my guy at the bar. Which, considering Griff is a ship captain,
yeah,
and he needs a captain, I feel like that's worth the advantage die for a good lie, plus another advantage die because we know his belief is he needs his ship captain, and he's down his most important one. So I feel that's worth an advantage die as well to the falsehood roll.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. What's up, guys? 1 second. Good job, sweetie.
Got it.
Hey, it's bedtime, guys. I want you to go get your teeth brushed. All right, hurry up, get your snack, brush your teeth, and then it's bedtime. You go get your teeth brushed now. You didn't eat dinner. You don't get one. Okay, so yeah, so we've got the circles, the falsehood, and then, I don't know,
It's the drinking test, the last test that you're going to do? I feel not. There should be something after that.
Yeah, to get him to the ship.
To actually effect the thing. I
feel like it would have to be some kind of test to subdue him / get him to the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so we could call it like
So I feel like I
have a chain. Yeah.
I feel like there should be a test to subdue him, which would possibly be maybe just a straight up like stat test, like a power versus power.
Yeah.
And then an inconspicuous to get him to the ship without anybody noticing. So the way I'm seeing chain of events, resource for hookers, falsehoods to get him there, drinking test, which I'm going to try to avoid. I may try to blow that off with
Is there acting or something like that?
No, but I feel like persuasion with a griftwise fork. Like, no, I don't drink. Anything can happen at any time. I gotta stay sharp.
Why don't you do, you know that spycraft-wise test that you want to do?
Yeah.
What's your spycraft again?
My spycraft is only B2, and I thought about spycraft-wise, but I couldn't really justify using. I could justify it as a fork for a persuasion, but like with the way wises work, it's either it's all about information or knowing things. I don't feel like I could use spycraft wise to fake drinking. Because that was my
Can
first thought.
you? Okay, but okay. So let's make it drinking versus drinking. But you're gonna fork in all your grift and
Well,
your
I don't have
spycraft
drinking,
because
and so I can't fork
so
anything
it's a
into
fort
drinking.
test.
That's why I want to go with something like
Yeah.
persuasion
Well,
with
it's
grift and
falsehood.
spycraft wise to convince him
No,
of a good reason why I can't
falsehood.
drink tonight.
Uh, uh,
Like I feel like I'm gonna go along the route of look, you're in the open, you're meeting my guy, he's good, you know this.
let's.
The only way he's gonna
You can.
accept it is to drink with you, but you also have people that are actively trying to kill you. I've already shown you this. Now, I know you think your bodyguard's going to be enough, but I need to stay sharp as well, just in case, because you're my meal ticket. And I feel like that's
So
enough of
that's
the truth that it would be persuasion and not another falsehood. So
okay.
I can get out of the drinking test.
Okay. Okay. So it's going to be drinking versus persuasion.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
that's my plan there. If he's going to drink, I'm going to talk, and
Mm-hmm.
then from there we move to the power versus power to subdue him, and the inconspicuous to get him on the ship.
Okay. So, all right. I'm thinking. Uh, all right. So that resources test, if you make it, you find the necessary amount of hookers that you're looking for, and if you don't, uh, we'll treat it like a link test. If you fail, that's an ob that goes to the power versus power test
Yeah, because
because
he's not as distracted. Let's not go with I don't find the proper number. I don't find the
uh-huh.
proper quality.
Okay.
They're not as pretty as they could be.
Okay, or because that could
Because I
affect
can't afford the
the
pretty
guards.
ones.
Yeah,
Hmm?
that. Yeah. Okay, so that will affect your power versus power roll.
Yes.
Now the falsehood to convince to have them come over to the tavern to drink. That's going to affect the drinking versus persuasion test, like
Okay.
a link test. That links. It doesn't link to the whole thing. Each
Hmm.
links separately.
Yeah.
And but then I feel that both the drinking versus persuasion and the power versus power test, both of the results of those should link to the final inconspicuous test.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
for sure. All right, let's get into it. So we need an ob for these hookers.
All right. It might be in the book. You never know. It's Burning Wheel.
There is a prostitution life path, I believe.
Yeah. So it might be in the book. I mean, this book has everything in it. So
Yeah, it really does.
yeah. I think the only skill we managed to find out that isn't in the book is performance, like as a performance thing. Like an art.
But there is an acting skill and there's a singing skill. Like it's just not one skill that encompasses
It's
everything.
not one skill exactly. So
Yeah,
let's
they're all
take a look.
separate.
Uh, wait. This isn't my resources. There it is. I will be really surprised if it's here. Really. No, it doesn't say. So let's just call it. It's going to be what, a resources test, and your resources
Yep.
aren't that good.
No, they're
Let's
not.
call it. Let's call it a 5.
A 5? Okay. I'm okay with a 5.
Actually, 6.
A
You
6?
know why? Because Relgar's will is 6. I'm
Okay.
figuring
Okay.
that's a good benchmark. So you're gonna have to pour some money into this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hit up Griff for a little helping dice, a little loan.
Okay.
And I need to get him back, buddy.
Yeah.
This has to go off. So that gives me 9
Yeah.
altogether, and that's all of my cash dice going into this too.
All right.
I'm putting the remainder in it, but I would also like to leverage my identity as the ghost for an advantage dice.
So you're gonna do this business? Ask the ghost.
Yeah. At this point, it's all as the ghost.
Okay. So I'll allow it.
All right.
Go.
So that gives me 10, and the ob is 6, right? Or did you say 7?
6.
6. All right. 10
Actually,
dice.
you know what? Hang on a second. Let me roll your. Okay, you got. Yeah, I'll give you 1 advantage dice for your reputation as a ghost.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got it, but I've got 3 6s, so I'm going to use a fate.
And blow that up.
Yeah, well, absolutely blow it up because that's going to help. And I got 1 more, so I'm 1 over.
Nice. So you're 1 over, and that goes to your power versus power test.
Yep. Give me just 2 or 3 minutes here. I want to go get the kids tucked in real quick.
No problem.
And in bed, they should be done with teeth and snacks, and then we'll finish this out.
Yeah, get some water in the meantime.
All right.
Hey, that was quick.
Yeah, they were already in bed waiting. They just need to be to come tuck them in.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 over on the resource roll.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
fate point out of here.
So you managed to procure, as many women as you need for this night, and you make arrangements at the bar that you're going to take them to. Let's call it the Rusty Anchor, because
Rusty Anchor.
Yeah,
I like it.
Why not? Because it's by the port, the wharves. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Test it off and make note of the blink test.
All right. So now you got to get Relgar to come with you.
So I'm gonna head over to Relgar's with my normal bravado. Walk right in. Like, Relgar, I got news for you.
What is it?
Well, I know that your leading ship captain came across some unfortunate circumstances. Wink, wink. Because we both know what happened to him. He commissioned it, but we're not speaking of it out loud.
That's
I also
right.
know that because of that, you need another ship captain that you can trust. I just so happen to know of such a man. And I've arranged for him to meet with us at the Rusty Anchor. Be aware, he is a man of the sea and he's quite the drinker. So I hope you can hold your liquor.
All right. Sure.
Let's see here. So I've got my falsehood at a 6. I've got an
Yep.
advantage die for a believable lie.
Yep.
I have another advantage die because we know it directly pertains to his belief of his ship captains being his business. I'm
Correct.
going to fork in persuasion, grip wise,
Correct.
because I'm absolutely running the con on him right now, and spycraft wise.
Definitely. The Ob is 6. He has a will of 6. Remember that.
And yep, will of 6,
These
and I've
people
got
are
11
really.
dice.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got it.
Nice. Nice. All right, but you got it right on the nose. So no bonus for the subsequent drinking versus persuasion test.
That's okay
So
because he's still going there.
that's correct. And furthermore, I was going to think that if you messed it up, maybe he was going to take an extra bodyguard along.
No, that's okay.
So so let's just say he takes one bodyguard.
Yep, just his main guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? I got it right
No,
here.
no, this is a new main guy. Hang on, did
Oh,
he
a
get?
new one. Well, in
Yeah,
that
because
case.
you killed the old one.
Oh yeah, I did kill the old one.
You killed the old one. Yeah.
Or no, I've got two bodyguards. I have Ogar, who has the die trait Fearless, and I have Eshkol, who is dead.
No, hang on.
Eshkol's the one I killed. And then Tagon is Eshkol's former partner, who
You
I
killed him
kidnapped
too.
and brought to Rogar. So yeah, his other bodyguard is named Ogar and has the die trait Fearless.
No, that's Isham's bodyguard.
Oh, that is Isham's bodyguard. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
let's give this guy a name. Let's see. What should I come up with? Call him Kragar. Kragar. I'll write it out on the document here. Hang on. Kragar.
And I would like to open with a Manhunter roll against him to see a die or call on trait. Either one, I'll leave it up to you, and it is op 3.
All right. Die or call on trait. Let me take a look.
And I'm going to burn a fate on it. I only got 2 successes, but they're both 6s.
All right.
And I got the third one I needed. Perfect. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I only rolled 1 extra. There's the other one. So I'm over what I needed. Perfect. Perfect.
Die or call on trait. All right. Let me see. Are these my traits? Oh, yeah. I'll just make it up. Let's call it sharp senses, and I'll make it a call on trait for observation. Yep.
Sounds perfect.
All right.
So I tell him, well, let's get going. I know he's a busy man. If we keep him waiting, you're going to be out another captain.
He says, lead on then.
All right. So yeah, we take him on down. We enter the Rusty Anchor. I immediately spot my hookers off at, various tables doing their drinking thing. Just waiting, and Griff seated at a table in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, there's our man right there. Walk up and I shake Griff's hand like, I hope all is well. Haven't seen you for a while. This here is Rogar. He's the man I was telling you about.
Yes. I'm interested in this job. What is this? What is this matter that requires captain of my skills? And Relgar says, "Well, it's a delicate business. How experienced are you with ships?" And Griff goes, why
If
don't
you'd
we
like, I could
discuss it?
roleplay Griff so you don't have to, go back and
Talk to
forth.
myself. No, I'm just gonna say, let's just discuss it over a few drinks, and let's get over to the drinking.
Get over to the drinking.
Yeah. So let me see.
Waiter,
What would drink? Yeah.
waitress gets called over,
Yeah.
and we start ordering shots.
Yeah. Let me look at. I'm gonna say he's not much of a drinker, so I'm gonna give him a low drinking score. I'm gonna give him. Let's see what it opens at. Drinking, drinking, drinking. I found drunking. Where's drinking?
Drinking is
There we
opens
go.
at your fort.
Fort. That's right. So it should be half fort.
Yep.
Let's call it 2. He's gonna have a B2, and I'm
Okay.
gonna give him an advantage dice because he's fat, so his body
That
mass is
gets
bigger.
fat.
Yeah, and
Okay.
let's see, what else do I give him? Because we're gonna do an opposed test versus your persuasion.
Yeah.
So
You give him the helping die from his buddy because his bodyguard's gonna be drinking too.
that's right. That's
And that
right.
can, so that way I gotta beat them both.
Okay. Okay. So
That puts him up to 4.
yeah,
So
and
I've got a base persuasion of 3. All right. So here's what I'm saying. First off, all the shots get passed around, and I turn mine away. I'm like, no, I must not drink tonight. You are out in the open, meeting with my man, but there have been attempts on your life. We know there are plots. And as you and your bodyguard here are drinking, I feel it's pertinent that I keep my senses sharp. That way, if anything nefarious does go about, I will be at the ready to act.
well, it doesn't really make any sense that the bodyguard is drinking too.
Perks of being a bodyguard.
Nah.
But no, you're right. It doesn't make sense
No,
that he's drinking too.
I would actually, let's just have him drink alone.
Yep. So he loses the helping dice from the bodyguard.
But I'll give him an extra. I'll give him an extra advantage because he's a real strong-willed guy. So I figure that comes into.
Okay. So he's at 4. So I will tell him. I'll tell him I don't know where you found this new bodyguard, but he's no match for my skills. And considering there's people out there that can match my skills, I feel it's pertinent that I keep my senses sharp too, because when push comes to shove, I don't think this tool bag is going to be able to protect you. So I got a base of persuasion 3. I'm going to fork in falsehoods because I am lying about my reason for not drinking. I'm going to fork in intimidation because I did reference his life being in danger.
Okay.
And this is still very much a con, so there's grift-wise and spycraft-wise. So that gives me a 7.
Okay. Okay, and he's got a 5 with all his advantage dice. I'm going to give him a single fate point, just in case.
All right.
So here's your ob. Hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4. I picked up 5.
Wow.
I will take
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you beat him.
Perfect.
So you got 1 extra dice for your inconspicuous roll later on.
Yes, and oh yeah, so yeah, perfect.
All
So
right.
the extra die from the hooker roll is gonna
It's going to
advantage
factor in.
for the power, and then the
Yeah.
power and the
So
drinking advantage towards the inconspicuous.
that's correct. So right now,
So,
what happens is at your predetermined signal, the
hmm
hookers come over to the
yep,
table, right?
yep, yeah. I wait
So
till
you
they
know he's
get good and lit, and I'm glad I brought two for the bodyguard because the sober bodyguard might turn down one, but I don't see even a
yeah.
sober man turning down two. So yeah,
All
I
right.
wait till they get nice and lit, and everybody's laughing and
Yeah.
enjoying Griff, and
And Griff is
just
drunk.
brush my hair back.
He's like, yeah, go ahead. He tells the bodyguard, yeah, go ahead, Kragar, enjoy yourself. Uh, we're having a nice time with my new friend Griff here. Uh, so yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
and
up.
me, I'm like, well, if that's the case, hookers all around, it's on me. Everybody gets one.
Excellent. Yeah. All right.
So I'm gonna give it 10 minutes. Whether
Uh-huh.
get him all nice and settled so I can catch him with his pants down.
All right.
Um, and I am going to keep an eye out for which room the bodyguard goes in,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm gonna visit that room first.
What?
And
Okay.
I am going to use one of my poor daggers
Uh-huh.
to jam up the door so he can't get out.
Nice.
I'm gonna use it like a
Nice.
doorstop.
All right. What are Griff's instructions at this point?
At this point, Griff's instructions are to do whatever he wants with the hooker, as long as he is back at his boat by the time I come out with Relgar.
All right. All right.
Which I'm estimating, because of the inconspicuous nature of getting him there, that it's going to take me longer than average to get back to the ship. So he's got time if he wants to bang a hooker. But if he wants
No.
to just go back to the ship, he can.
Yeah, he says he'd rather be ready for you because he doesn't want to chance messing this up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for women later. Let's get this done correctly. So
Yep.
he leaves. He as soon as
And
the other two guys are out of the room, he gets up and leaves.
now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I want to stop up the door. I kind of want to go kill him. Because he's a witness.
That's true.
He's a witness, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Because that would implicate Griff.
Okay.
So, yeah, not going to stop the door.
Uh-huh.
I am going to stealthy into his room and slit his throat.
All right. I like it. So, let's do... So, you know what? Let's forget about the power versus power roll to get Relgar.
Okay.
And let's turn it into this roll that you're going to do right now. So the advantage that you had from getting the hookers,
Mm-hmm.
you keep for this
Okay.
upcoming roll, which is going to be
Okay.
basically your stealthy versus his observation.
Yeah,
Now,
and we know he's got that call-on trait for observation. So it's
Yeah.
good that I know about that.
Yes.
So I've got a stealthy of 4.
Yeah.
I am going to fork in my spycraft-wise. I think that's the
Okay.
only fork I can justify, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
No grift on this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no grift.
you got one advantage dice from the hooker.
Yeah, so that gives me 6.
I'll give you a second advantage dice because you are aware of the observation trait.
Perfect.
Because you know it. I mean, you know you got to be extra careful because this guy. What happened was that when you assessed him originally, you noticed that this guy was focused, and whenever you'd walk into a room, he would, first he looked you up and down,
Mhm.
He's constantly looking around with situational awareness. So you know this guy is a pro. So you just can't walk up to him and slit
Nope.
his throat. So,
So Ghost Mask
uh,
is up at this point
yeah,
because that's how I leveraged the ghost for the hookers,
yeah,
and they've had to have heard the tales of the ghost. I mean, they've recognized me,
yeah.
so I feel like they'd have an inclination that something like this is about to happen, anyways,
Okay,
and they
okay,
were cool with it. So hopefully that will keep them from freaking out and screaming.
yeah. How many dice do you have leverage for this?
I have 7.
Okay, because I'm thinking of giving him an observation of 5, a skill of 5.
I'm cool with that. I'm gonna put a persona into it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll 5 dice, and then
Okay. So I'm
so
gonna
let
put a
me
persona
actually
in. Okay.
actually you know what? Let me roll the dice, and then you have your ob.
Yeah, and then I can decide if I want to use the persona.
Yeah. So let's
Okay.
go. And I'm gonna give him 1 fate point too,
Okay.
because this is important. Okay, now if you make it, you go in, you slit his throat.
And the hookers leave.
If and hook your sleeve. If you don't, bloody versus.
We can do a full fight here. I don't plan on going into a full fight with Relgar at all. If I fail this, we could go into a full scripted fight. I would like
Okay.
if it comes to that, I feel like there will be advantages towards me because he's naked at this point. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a weapon on him.
Yeah.
He's on the bed.
And no
So
armor.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah, no
yeah.
armor. So yeah, we'll get to that if it comes to it. But let's see
Okay.
what this roll
I like
does.
it. So if
However,
you
I do
fail,
feel that if I fail this roll, he's gonna call out
huh?
to Relgar.
Yeah. Let's. If
Yeah.
he fails, we'll add. I mean, if he succeeds, if you fail it, we'll add penalties to your inconspicuous roll, which is your last roll
Yeah.
of the whole link test thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
so let's go. Let me let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh man, this is awful. I'm blowing that up because I'm
Yeah. You,
insulted that I just oh this is
I'm
embarrassing.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that persona point.
Yeah,
I don't need
I'm
it.
thinking yeah.
Woo! Nice and quiet. He
Wow.
doesn't even know I'm there.
Wait, no, wait. Call on trait. Call on trait for
Yep. He
observation.
gets to re-roll
I'm re-rolling this baby. So I'm re-rolling
5 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. So I got 1 success.
Those hookers really got him distracted.
Damn, they're good.
Okay,
Nothing.
because
Nothing.
because this is gonna help my next roll, I'm gonna spend another fate and blow up these 6s.
Wow. All right.
Because at this point, why not? Wait, I mean, I got 1, 2, 3. I've already got 4 advantage dice to the inconspicuous roll, just from this one here.
Okay.
I'm gonna save that fate. I don't need it.
Plus, you already have 1 from the drinking.
Yeah, so I'm at a total of
Yeah.
5 advantage dice towards this inconspicuous. So yeah, I slit his throat.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna ruffle through his clothing and armor, see what not he's got in terms of
He's got
equipment or jewelry.
yeah, let's call it, sword. Let's call it superior quality sword, superior quality dagger. Let's call it superior quality leather armor. Do you have one of
Okay.
those?
Yep. I'm taking the armor.
Yeah.
I need some superior quality armor. That's what's
And
up. I don't need the sword or anything.
let's roll. Die of fate. See if he's got any money. 1 cash die. That makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. I'll take it.
Yep. So yeah, he doesn't have that much money on him, but he does have the nice armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's perfectly clean because he had it off when you slit his throat. So
Yep.
you're cool.
Yep. I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna put that on, and then I'm gonna just walk into Rogar's room,
All right.
and I'm gonna shut the door.
All
Well,
right.
no,
So,
I'm not gonna shut the door. I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna say,
uh-huh.
"Sweetie, I need you to shut the door behind you."
Okay. Walk me through your
Okay.
plan.
So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna tell her to leave, to shut the door behind her, and I'm gonna tell Rogar what's about to happen. That his
Okay.
bodyguard's dead. He knows of my prowess. He knows that if he fights back, there's no way he can escape. So he's going to come quietly with me, and he's going to live the rest of his days out in prison. Or he can die right here and right now. That I am placing him under the arrest by the authority bestowed upon me by King Solgard.
All right. All right. So here's the deal. I mean, the hooker has him tied to the bed. So half your work is done.
Yeah, yeah. Tied to the
So
bed and
I'm gonna
naked,
say
but he's not doing much.
I'm saying yes to this part. I mean,
Okay.
he's gonna go. What I need to know is what comes after that. What happens after
So
that?
after that, me and him are going to walk out. He is going to tip the bartender nice and fat,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to proceed in a very quiet fashion to the docks.
All right.
And we're going to
Okay.
roll the inconspicuous. But he is going to put. I'm going to let him put robes on. He's not getting any armor or any weapon. He's just getting his clothes. That way,
Gotcha.
he's not naked
Gotcha.
during the. And I'm going to keep his hands bound
All right.
and have
All
him
right.
like fold over another piece of clothing over his arms so people can't see the ropes. And then I
Okay.
will walk behind him the entire way to the docks so that he cannot see me, but I can see him.
Okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. That's your plan. So we're going to roll an inconspicuous die to accomplish this whole thing. Now, uh, the OB is going to be the observation skill of people that are in the bar who've been hired by
Golo?
Golo the Lesser. Yeah, they're on the
Okay.
lookout for you. Let's call it that a skill of 3. Now,
Okay.
there is a substantial reward out for you.
For the ghost.
So
So
for the ghost, and
I am
you've
doing
been
this all as the ghost, and I don't know that Golo the Lesser's men's there, so I can't justify taking off the mask.
yeah.
The mask will have
So
to stay.
yeah, so let's give him. You know what? Roll 3 dice. Roll your reputation dice. Just roll 3 dice.
There's one. Now,
Okay. So I'll give you 1 extra ob for your reputation.
okay.
So it's 3 dice. This guy's got 3 dice. He's got for the advantage 1 advantage dice because of your reputation. Let's give you
Okay.
an extra. Let's give him an extra advantage dice because of the substantial reward. And man, I should give him like a couple of extra buddies there watching.
Yeah.
Well, that's 5. Let's call it 7 dice.
7 dice.
And you got a ton of dice here to roll, so I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like
I've got 9 base, and that's without forks.
wow.
Yeah, I've got an inconspicuous of B4. I've got 5 from the link test. I'm going to fork in streetwise because I know the lay of the land. I know the
Yeah.
proper alleys to take and whatnot. I'm
Okay.
going to fork in stealthy. I'm
Okay.
also going to fork in disguise because I'm going to disguise the two of us up a little bit before we just walk out, so we appear to be a bit more drunk and a bit more poor than we actually are.
No, I'm not going to give you the disguise fork because the guys are in the bar. They've seen you walk in.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
do
Well
it,
then,
you're
we'll
okay.
call
If
spycraft wise.
you okay, and if you don't, then there's going to be an ambush.
Yep.
And you're going to be ambushed by a couple of guys, I'm thinking. It's
Yep,
going to
I'm
be
cool
an
with
ugly
that.
fight. Yep.
I'm cool with it. Let's do it.
So let's do it. So I'm going to roll 7 dice here.
Yep.
And I'm going to give myself 1 fate point because this night is not going with me. I am losing every single roll, and this has got to stop. So here we go. Yeah, and I got 1 fate point, and it's nothing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. I have
That's your
12
ob.
dice. This is an important roll. I'm putting 2 persona into it. Total of 14 dice to abscond with him to the second chance. Big roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ah,
I get to hold my
you
fate
got
point.
it. Nice.
So
you got
we're going to lock him away in the brig. Nobody knows where he's at.
That is correct.
We're
That is
good.
correct.
I'm just gonna tell him it shouldn't be slaving, man. I killed none of the people you wanted me to, except for the guys in your employ. The rest are all alive. How do you think I got out of the embassy?
Nice.
And your bodyguard, he didn't fuck up. I just killed him.
Yeah. So you're just gonna tell him,
In
and
the
he's
embassy.
livid. He's furious with you, and
I told you not to make me kill innocents. I tried to give you a chance. You didn't want to listen. You wanted to lie to me, and this is what you get. So you're gonna sit here, and nobody's ever gonna know where you went. And I hope that serves you well. And I'm gonna walk off. I'm gonna tell Griff that he gets bread and water once a day. I want him nice and weak. And I'm gonna head over and check out my new digs because I just inherited a house.
Excellent, excellent. Are you planning on interrogating him or?
Yeah, but I
something
want to let him. I'm gonna interrogate him. I want to give it a day or two. I want him to get used to this bread and water diet so he gets nice and weak.
Okay, okay.
But
so
I'm gonna head back to the house for the evening, catch a little shut eye, redecorate a bit. Then I'm gonna get a hold of my captains. Well, really, the one head captain. He's the only one I'm ever gonna associate with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have him come in for a meeting. Tell him that the slaves that I need him to deliver all the slaves to the docks to the second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Leave them with Captain Griff. He has instructions on where to take them and where to sell them. That we're shaking things up, and that upon Griff's return, he will get his cut on the sale because I did. And that duel of wits offered to give him a raise. I gave him some upfront bonus, and then he gets a raise. So that'll come off. That'll all come out later.
Yeah.
Which I feel like his portion and then Isham's 40%.
Yeah.
Like that will all come out of my resource cycle standard of living test. That'll just increase the job for those.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell him to deliver all the slaves by the end of the week so my ship can leave port and make us money.
Okay, so the timetable is basically wait a couple of days to interrogate Relgar.
Yep.
And before the end of the week, all of the slaves that are in the ships are to be delivered to Griff's second chance ship. And how about you got extra slave stock in the house? So there's extra slaves in the house. So he can't fit everything into a single trip.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sit down with my slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm it's just gonna be me and the slaves. I'm gonna address them, slaves. I'm your new master. But fear not, I'm not a cruel master. As a matter of fact, I'm going to set you free. It's going to take a little time because my first ship is already full and there's no more room. But you're going to live in the lands of King Salgard. And when you get there, you'll be given a place to live, and you'll be given job opportunities, and you can start yourselves a new life. I don't stand for slavery. But in order for this to
Excellent.
work, and for me to continue freeing slaves, you guys do have to be my slave for a couple of weeks. Because if I don't keep up the charade, everything goes downhill. So,
Right.
go make me dinner. Or breakfast.
All right.
And then I'm going to walk
All
off.
right. So, okay. So you tell this to the slaves, but there are servants who are free men in the house. I mean, he's got administrators. He's got, a couple of people who are.
They are
He's got
free.
guards. You know.
They
Are
are
you
all free.
dismissing them? Are you
They are free
keeping
to
them?
stay in my employ if they would like to. It is their choice.
Yeah,
If
they
they
all
wish to
agree. I
stay
mean,
and work for me, they can. If they want to seek opportunities elsewhere, they're fine to do that as well.
yeah, all the staff decides to stay. I mean, one master is pretty much as good as the other one. As long as they got a
Hmm.
job, they'd rather stay. The alternative is, unemployment, and in this town, that could lead to slavery.
Yeah,
So your entire staff agrees to stay. All right.
perfect.
So we're approaching the point where we're going to stop. So I'll just leave you with one last thing before we call it a night. So
Okay.
the next morning, uh, one of your servants comes up and says, "Master, there is a man at the door uh, who says he has urgent business with you, and should I let him into your study?"
Yes, show him in. And
All right.
I will be sitting behind my desk, feet kicked up on it. I'll have my superior dagger in my hand, carving out slices of apple to eat off the blade, all nonchalant like.
All right. All right. So this man walks in. He is very richly dressed. He's got this very fine silk robe in a rich blue color. Um, and his hair is slicked back, and he's got maybe a little beard like I do. And he is, a typical gentleman of this nation, of Arendelle. And he looks at you, and he has a very, he's tall and thin, and he looks at you and says, "I have been informed by your man here that you are now the owner and proprietor of this establishment. Um, I am Vinkar, and I have come to collect the order of slaves that my master placed with your former um, with the former owner of this establishment, Relgar. Delivery is due today. No, actually, well, yeah, today. Why not? Let's turn the screws. Delivery
Yeah,
is due
well,
today, and I am here to collect."
sir, I'm sad to inform you any binding agreements that you had with the former proprietor of this establishment are no longer in place. As I did not make these agreements, as I did not receive payment for these agreements, I see no reason why I should give you my slaves, and as such, the slaves that I have here are already sold off, and I have no merchandise to sell you.
He says, "This is preposterous. My master placed this order before you did. Do you know who my master is?"
I don't, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter who your master is.
Well, it
You
matters
did
quite a
not place
lot.
an order with me.
It matters quite a lot. It is His Majesty, His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of Arendelle himself, who has placed this order, and the Festival of the Gods begins on the morning. So I must have my quota of slaves delivered. And maybe we should stop there and let
Well,
that sink in.
well, hold on. Let's finish that. I still got some time, anyways.
Yeah.
Let's finish it out. So, yeah,
All right.
you say. Well, as I said, I don't have any slaves that I can give you. I have no stock. I took over the business. Brogard disappeared. No one knows where he went. His paperwork's a mess. His records are even worse. I had no way of knowing that these slaves were already spoken for. And as he left everything in such a mess, I'm trying to get everything back going. I needed the money, so I sold them off. But maybe we can work together. How many bodies do you need?
Well, I really do not care that you have made any prior arrangements. The soldiers are here. His Imperial Majesty takes precedence, and I must have all 36 slaves as the Festival of the Gods begins in the morrow.
Well, maybe we can work something out. Because, well, you don't care, I don't care neither. Like, I have no slaves to give you. If I had them, I'd give them to you. But I do have a healthy staff that I would be more than willing to loan out to you to help fulfill the needs of the festival. But this will
The guy
only
goes
be
like this.
alone.
The guy goes like this.
Okay. And
He goes,
if you're threatening me with the king's guards, you can send them in. Because I can't give you what I don't have. And you won't arrest me.
listen to me, whoever you are. This house is full of slaves. I have seen it. His Majesty has commissioned 36 slaves to be sacrificed at the Festival of the Gods, and I will have them, or I will send the Imperial Guard to pick them up. Now, which is it to be?
Well, you won't have them, and if you send the Imperial Guard, you're just going to have a lot of dead bodies.
Mhm.
This house is not full of slaves. This house is full of staff. There are no slaves here. I'm sorry. And furthermore, you just need to go. You just need to go. You have no idea who I am or the power that I wield. You think the King of Arendelle is a nasty motherfucker? You don't want to know what's the shit that I'm going to rain down upon you. I have no slaves to give you. I've tried to be civil. So you need to leave. You need to let your king know that Rogar decided to up and disappear. This was his business contract. I'm just trying to put together the pieces, and I have nothing that I can give you. Or, if that's not a route, I can go ahead and send your head back to the king with a handwritten note. The choice is yours.
He says, I see. I shall communicate your answer to His Majesty directly, and I am sure he will take steps to remedy the situation. Good day to you, sir.
Perfect. This feels like a really good stopping point.
So,
We got a nice big
that's what
for the next session.
that's my one and only big preparation that I did, and I did it like a month ago. So, because I've been waiting for you to take over the business to throw that monkey wrench right in your plans.
That's okay. I'll take on the king. I've got a king of my own on my side. If need be, I will send all these slaves to all parts of the country. Send Griff back to inform the king that he's going to war.
All right. I'm assuming this is going to be one of your beliefs for next session. So,
Yep.
if you come up with it sometime during the week, hit me up and I'll start planning more evil stuff to put in your way.
For sure. That was a nice little twist there at the end.
I'm glad you liked it. I've been preparing it for a month. So let's do Arta real quick because you got to go.
Oh, I got time. She doesn't get off till 10:30. It doesn't take but 10 or 15 minutes to get there.
Oh, okay. So
I got a little time since we started early.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
I just sometimes our games will get done right around 10:15 or 10:30. Other times it's not till 10:45, closer to 11, and I didn't want to leave her waiting if I didn't have to.
Oh,
But
excellent. Okay.
now it's time for the ARTA Awards, which is
Yes.
always a fun part of the game.
Yes, it is. Okay, hang on. Where's my Arta page? Oh, here we go. Wait, this is using art. Here is earning Arta. There we go. Um. Okay, first up, Deeds Point. I mean, come on, you've
Yeah.
been building this up for so long. It's time. That's a Deeds Point right there. You took down Relgar. Uh, you're going. I don't know. This was a beautiful orchestrated thing that you've been doing for a while. So
Yeah.
that's a Deeds right there.
Perfect.
So let's walk the rest of your beliefs.
Okay,
Uh,
so I'm still
Working
working
on
towards
Isham.
working towards Isham, which this first this first part's done. I almost feel like this is worth a persona. Like I've
Yeah,
established the underground railroad. The first shipment of slaves is about to be off. Relgar's gone. Isham loves me. I feel like that's worth a persona to close out, and then
yeah.
we'll
You just gotta. This is your long-term belief, so you gotta maybe reschedule this.
or no,
Reword this.
no. This is the one we just got the deeds for. This isn't worth a persona.
Okay.
Yeah. Belief
Hang
number
on.
one is where that deed point is coming from. Like Rogar's
Okay.
gone. I have the Underground Railroad in place. That's where we picked up the deeds point from.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
true.
and
That's
then
true.
that just
And
needs
that
to
means
be.
we
It's still
worked.
going to
Yeah.
be around the same thing with infiltrating the conspirators and building credibility, but how I'm going about doing it is going to change very much. And a bit, I'm like, that's going to be a big change on that belief, but still in the same
Correct.
spirit.
And
Fate
you're gonna
points
think
for
about it.
innocent life.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
just this this last. I mean, you kept most of the people alive, and this you just stood up to the Emperor of Arundel to keep your
yeah,
keep your
yeah,
slaves. So that's your innocence right there.
yep.
Um,
And then Persona
time
for
has
ridding the
come.
world of Rogar, capturing him, which
Yes.
we didn't actually interrogate him, but that's gonna be
Yeah.
like what, a 3 minute little session. I feel like taking the Persona and then interrogating him
Yeah.
at the
Take it.
beginning of that
Take it.
session.
I mean,
Perfect.
yeah. It's no longer. Yeah, capturing and shipping him off. It's close enough. Persona.
Yep.
Your instincts when accused lie. You just did.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't play any. I did because it did make my life difficult by not giving up the slaves to him and lying to him about it. So cool, another
Yeah.
fate.
Yeah.
It's rare that playing that instinct causes my life difficult. It's normally going against it that makes it difficult.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
did not invoke any traits this session, I don't believe. Maybe I did on accident. Let me look over them right quick.
okay.
Um,
Traits. You have to alter the direction of the story. That's the
mhm.
deal. It either makes your life hard or
Or
alters the
it
direction.
alters the direction. Well, the only trait that really that got invoked at all was Manhunter, and
Yeah,
it
and that
didn't. Like I was still going to kill the guy one way or another, so I don't feel like that's worth anything.
that just worked in your favor. It doesn't. It
Yeah,
didn't make your life harder.
yeah,
Yeah,
and there was
I
no
don't know that
unforeseen
anything.
direction. Now, like had that had I invoked that trait and it gave me a belief about how he's you know protecting innocent life at all costs, as well as
Hmm.
me, probably wouldn't have killed him. That would have been cool. That didn't happen, so no point. Um,
I think I'm tempted to give you fate for your scheming trait that you have. Because man, that was a whole scheme. Just getting.
oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
You
I'm
built up
okay
a
with that.
huge. I mean, the whole coming up with the skill challenge type of link test.
Mhm.
That's yeah. I'll give you a
Yeah.
fate for that.
Okay.
Um, embodiment, yeah, you were there all over the
Yeah.
place. So, and I don't know. Uh, I'll give you an extra persona for workhorse.
I did make a lot of
Yeah,
rolls this
yeah,
session.
yeah.
Cool.
Or MVP. You know, it's you
Yeah.
went. You went. I mean, you went above and beyond. You did the role playing, and you made every single roll. I didn't get to do anything bad to you
Yeah, I
because
did
you were
not fail a roll this entire
no,
session.
no failure. I was like, man, I need to up my obs. I was trying to come up with the toughest obs, but it didn't work out. So hey,
Yeah.
it was still
Hey.
fun though. Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like that's worth Persona. Hell yeah. So final tally is 3 Fate, 3 Persona, and a Deeds. Puts me up to 4-4-1 for next session.
Excellent, excellent. That's a good stash.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah,
is a good stash. I spent
yeah,
I spent 10 cash die this session.
yeah.
Like I go through so much cash.
Yeah, I mean, how many dice you have? 10 at some point. How many do you have left?
I have one. I spent all 10 of those. The one I got was off the bodyguard's body. That's the
Yeah,
only cash die I have left. Everything else is gone.
yeah, yeah. I think the resources test for the poison that I was kind of, I don't know if I should make him
Mhm.
do this because you did come up with a good plan.
Yeah.
And I think it
That's
was
cool.
good. I mean, I think
Yeah,
it
and
forced.
so that was I
Yeah,
did fail that. That was the one test that I failed was
but
to get the poison, and then
but I,
that switched everything up.
I think we got the intent of, if it's a failure, it's going to be an interesting failure because you're going to have to,
Mhm. Yep.
come up with a whole new scheme, and that was awesome. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It worked really well. I'm happy
Yeah,
with this session. I
yeah,
had a lot of fun with it.
yeah. It was cool.
I almost invoked a duel of wits with the King's Emissary there at the end.
That's why I said maybe you want to stop and maybe pick it up later, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't
I
seem.
almost invoked a duel of
Yeah,
wits, but I
yeah,
forewent that for some good old fashioned role play. I'll
yeah,
duel with the
yeah. It was
king should
cool.
it come to
Yeah,
that.
that is excellent. Uh, so yeah. Uh, so now you got this festival of the gods coming up tomorrow, and you got to cuff up 36 slaves.
Well, they ain't
I
getting no
mean, that's
slaves.
what
I
I
mean,
know. So,
I
uh,
suppose in true Donlin Trine fashion, I could spend
uh,
all day and night and marathon 24-hour kidnap criminals.
uh, and come up with some slaves.
Yeah, in true
Yeah,
Donlin fashion, I could raid Golo the Lesser's gambling dens and
yeah.
shit and just start kidnapping his staff. Like, here are the slaves
Think
you wanted.
about it. I mean, take some
Oh,
time to
that
think about
would
it.
be
Yeah,
rough. And it would
yeah,
accomplish two things, because we know Golo the Lesser is a target later on down the road. Taking out 36 of his men, that'd be pretty impressive. I have no idea how I'm going to go about doing that,
yeah.
because capturing 36 men in 24 hours, that is
Yeah.
quite the feat.
If you, well, I don't want to influence your choice, but if by some crazy, if you wind up wanting to do that and you accomplish that, that's a deeds point. I would give you an
Okay,
extra deeds point for that. I mean, because I have no
okay.
idea how you would go about 36 people in 24 hours.
Oh, I
I
do.
mean,
I
you
do.
know,
I know exactly how I'll do it.
okay, so consider that. That might be your next
Oh
belief,
yeah,
and
I
yeah,
already got a plan, and I can't promise this will be the plan that goes into effect, but I am thinking of procuring some kind of gaseous poison and calling
oh,
a sit down with Golo the Lesser and informing him
okay,
that I run with an
uh,
entourage and I will be bringing 36 bodyguards with me to influence him to do the
okay.
same, and then just gassing all of them.
That's awesome. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, gears are turning. Gears are turning.
That's excellent. So anyway, heads up. Next week I can only play Tuesday.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. Let me see. Maybe I could do. Maybe I could do 2 days in a row, Tuesday and Wednesday. Let me check my calendar real quick right here,
Oh,
just to make
speaking of
sure.
that, for this heist game, one of the guys that I play armor with, he came and watched our last game. He is
Okay.
interested, but his schedule prevents him from playing quite as late as we do. Do you
Okay.
have a day open for the heist game that we might be able to play earlier consistently? If not, it's cool. We can find somebody else. He's like, if your schedules do fit, I'd be interested in playing. But if that doesn't work, like, don't lose other people for me.
Yeah. Well, you know, again, I would be willing to put up the Arngrim's game on hiatus, uh, because if you're a GM in this heist game, then
Hmm.
I still get to play with you, and you
Yeah.
GM for me.
Yeah.
So I'd be willing to stop that if this falls through,
Yeah.
or there's one week where our new guy can't play, then
Hmm.
we can pick up our game
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah, the biggest thing is he gets up early.
uh,
If
yeah,
he played with us at the normal time, he would
yeah.
only be around for an hour. So if he plays, we're looking at starting about 2 hours earlier than we normally do. If that's something that you can swing, sweet. If not, I'm just
So
gonna find
that's a,
somebody else to play.
that's 9 o'clock your time, or eight
It would
o'clock your time.
be 7 o'clock my time.
Seven
Because
o'clock your time,
we normally
and you're
start
one
playing
hour
at 9
earlier
my
than me.
time. Yeah, so
Oh,
so you're
okay.
looking at it'd be like 6 o'clock your time.
No, no, no. I'm 1 hour later than you. It's 11
Oh
o'clock
yeah,
for me. It's 10 o'clock for you.
yeah,
So we're talking 7 o'clock for you, 8 o'clock for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I can
You
do
can do
that.
that.
That's actually good. I got to bed earlier, so I am
Yeah,
rested the next morning.
yeah. Well,
So
I'm going to talk
any
to the other
day,
guy
any
that
day.
posted on the post about it that I put up.
Yep, yep.
Find out what he's about. I will talk to my guy. I talk to him daily. We're in an army unit together, so I see him around quite often. And work
Okay.
out what days are best for everybody, and we'll try to get this game off the rails here in the next week or two. I'll get together
Yeah.
character
Again,
creation and whatnot.
my best days are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, except for next week because Thursday I can't do it.
Yeah.
But we
If
can,
I
not
can get a hold of
Mondays.
everybody and
Yeah.
everybody can do it, maybe we could get together Wednesday for character creation
Sure.
and general world burning, and then run it on Thursdays normally.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
yeah, I will make a post after I pick up the girlfriend and get a hold of the other guy that was interested in the heist game, and I'll talk to
Yeah.
Mills tomorrow, and yeah, I'll get all of us in like a big email together.
Yeah. And again, as our usual flexibility, if Tuesdays is good for one thing, we do one thing. If
Yep.
it's
Yep. For sure.
Thursdays, as long as it's not Mondays, because Mondays I are
Yeah.
taken, and
Yeah. You've already got that other game.
Fridays are no good. So
Yeah, and I feel like we're not going to be able to be as flexible with this heist game just because there's more people in it. Like when it's me and you, like it's cool. We can
yeah,
be really flexible, but now we're adding two more schedules to the mix.
yeah.
But if ever they don't show up, we can always go back and play Arngrim's game on that
That's all
night
I'm
if
saying.
other people can't
Excellent.
play. So yeah, it should be good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for this game. I've got a couple of
yeah.
small heists kind of mapped out already for everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it should be a really interesting game. It's going to be a little different from
Excellent.
Burning Wheel, but I feel like it's going to work really well.
Cool. That's
But
awesome.
I'm going to hop off here, find a little bit of
All
food
right.
right quick, go pick up the girl, and I will see you on Tuesday.
Take care, buddy.
Yep, take care, bro.